It's a mystery to this day as to what could have been the sequel that was Team Silent's Silent Hill 5. There's not too much information regarding the original development and plans that Team Silent had in mind, albeit with a couple of interviews with Akihiro Imamura and Akira Yamaoka. According to them, Team Silent's original direction of Silent Hill 5 wanted to incorporate a true return to their psychological horror gameplay roots, yet capture a different atmosphere. That would be a departure from the foggy town you roam and explore in. Rather, the idea was to explore the town of Silent Hill as the everyday person, in a bright, sunny environment. However, the more you stay in the town, the more it slowly deteriorates over time. As Akihiro Imamura puts it, ever since the pre-production of Silent Hill 2, we wanted to start a Silent Hill in a normal environment. Daylight, people going about their business, just normality. What happens when you make that normality rot all around you? Is it possible to make a normal sunny day really creepy? A concept that was undoubtedly bold and ambitious for the series, but nevertheless, an idea worth seeing through. However, any relevancy or known information regarding this Silent Hill 5 that Team Silent would have developed would be lost and cancelled. Team Silent would disband, and eventually, Konami would give the rights of the Silent Hill franchise to Western developers. Even though Silent Hill 5 was initially scrapped, these original plans would later be repurposed for the eventual release of Silent Hill Homecoming. Silent Hill Homecoming has been widely known to have a mixed reception from many fans and players alike, with its questionable gameplay mechanics, inconsistencies in the lore of Silent Hill, and bugs/issues. This is nothing new. However, what isn't widely known is that Silent Hill Homecoming was initially, at one point, supposed to be repurposed as Silent Hill 5. At E3 2007, there was a small teaser trailer showing the aforementioned cloudy fog. That was a narration from Alex Shepard, the main protagonist of Silent Hill Homecoming. However, it's very noticeable that there is a different voice actor here instead of Brain Bloom, the voice of Alex Shepard. In this teaser trailer, the narrator can be heard saying the following: "They say war is hell, but there are worse things. War changes you, and nobody back home could ever understand. They never understood me. They say you can't go home again. But they're wrong. I just don't want to." After the narration, it then fades to the Halo of the Sun logo, with a title that states Silent Hill 5. After this teaser trailer, any further mention of Silent Hill 5 is also seen in game magazine articles, such as Eurogamer, where it further elaborates on the plot, the horror atmosphere, and the gameplay that is a noticeable departure from the previous entries. However, the main topic of interest that captured my attention concerning Double Helix early iteration of Silent Hill 5 is their early concept artwork. To be more specific, user interface and identity design. In these early artworks of Silent Hill 5, we can find lots of concept art of different ideas of how the main menu, the pause menu, and the inventory system would have possibly looked like. For starters, the main menu design looks very ominous and mysterious, having images that show faces that are obscured and hard to see, possibly that of Alex Shepard. We also see two logos, Silent Hill Flesh plus Blood, and Silent Hill 5. The next image shows a close-up of the aforementioned faces, with a better look at their detail, along with the Silent Hill Flesh plus Blood logo. This image shows a hospital room with maggots and flies shown all over the image of a red hue in the background. We also get the text that reads, Combat Difficulty Nightmare, Puzzle Difficulty Detective, and Start New Game. We also get the same image once again, albeit with a better look at the hospital room, without the emphasis on red and the insects on the screen. Seemingly, we once again get the same image of the hospital room from before, although this time it is torn from the bottom half, now featuring a compilation of images that are hard to decipher and make out, as it is blurred or layered over each other. However, we can see the same difficulty options, the name Patient 7, and what appears to be a woman with bloodstains and a stitched mouth on the right of the image. In this image, we see a dark and foggy landscape that is possibly in a forest setting, with the most notable quality being the silhouette of a tree that outlines the dark figure of a woman in the middle. A nice attention to detail is the bottom half of the image, which shows dark crimson veins that are supposed to be roots of the tree. The tree seems to be a recurring theme throughout these concept art images, as it appears consecutively, such as in this artwork with the same idea, although the tree is red and looks more normal. The background appears to be in a dark room, possibly an insane asylum, with creepy looking doll-like figures on both sides of the image. Silent Hill, Flesh plus Blood is once again seen as the title. This image shows a better look at the woman above with stitches across her mouth and bloodstains on her skin. The top right of the image shows another woman with dark black hair with her face obscured. The top left of the image shows an apartment building with a children's slide. The Silent Hill Flesh Plus Blood logo has a different design this time. Next is the user interface, more specifically the in-game UI design, which would associate Alex Shepard's health bar and inventory while in combat. The first image shows Alex Shepard with the knife he carries as his main melee weapon throughout the game, standing in the foggy setting that appears to be a cemetery. We see assumingly his health bar on the left. Interestingly, we see more variations of this health gauge. The top half has the same health gauge meter design, although the red appears to have different styles. The bottom half shows seemingly a heart that shows red veins filling the gauge. Finally, we have a couple more designs of the health bar, although this time it has more of a minimalist design. Up next is the weapon wheel. This design shows black silhouettes of Alex's firearms and melee weapons that allows you the option to set your favorite with the A button. To the right, it shows scissors and a health pack. Finally, the bottom left shows the quantity of ammo that is left for the said weapon of your choosing. The next image shows the same silhouettes of the items, although the weapon wheel is gone and instead on the top center of the screen. It also displays the message, "Press like crazy" with the A button, with messages on the bottom that possibly would have been a tutorial for how the inventory system works. The next image shows a better look at the weapon wheel, with images that display Alex's weapons, such as the handgun, combat knife, shotgun, and pipe. The scissors and health pack are also present in the weapon wheel. The following concept images are the same UI interface of the inventory screen, although it has different shades of light that highlight the items to indicate to the player the items they have in their inventory, as well as bloodstains, seemingly with the same purpose. The next design shows a different style of the weapon wheel, this time with the tree in the middle seen previously and the halo of the sun in the background with the color red. Once again, the health items are now grouped with the weapons. The same design is seen once again, although the colors are inverted and instead black and white. This design shows Alex in what appears to be the attic of the Shepard estate. The weapon wheel has a different style with a cracked screen that sections off each item. The same design can be seen here, although the weapons are more emphasized to the player. The next design is relatively the same, but the halo of the sun makes an appearance once again as the background, along with the color red being prevalent once again. We have our first look at what potentially could have been the pause menu screen. What stands out to me the most is the ability to restart the mission, as I previously don't recall any Silent Hill game before Homecoming to incorporate such an option. We have another design for the inventory, this time for miscellaneous items that could potentially be for puzzles. We see a lamp, a doll, a notebook, a key, and barbed wire. And finally, we have different designs of the logo. What seems to be prominent amongst all of the logo designs for Silent Hill 5 is specifically the Roman numeral for 5 itself. Regarding any other early concept art, information, or really anything I could find for Silent Hill 5, the trail goes cold and ends here. As we all know, at some point during development, Double Helix would shift from the title of Silent Hill 5 and undergo the official title, Silent Hill Homecoming. One thing I find interesting to know is what Kenzie Lamar, lead artist for Monster and character designer, has to say regarding the cancellation of Silent Hill 5 and the shift to instead make Silent Hill Homecoming. He states the following: "Just remember, and never forget, that if you don't like the direction where Silent Hill went, the only people you can blame are Konami themselves. They are the ones who canned Team Silent and wanted someone else to make the games, and Konami wanted the games to be different. That's why Team Silent was disbanded. They have been losing faith in the franchise for years, and to further prove what I'm saying, they made an arcade-style Silent Hill shoot-'em-up gun game. How Silent Hill is that?" Kenzie Lamar proceeds to add on to this statement, saying, "I just wish they had given the American team the game before they decided to change everything. Most people just assume the American team was to blame for all the changes, when the reality is that it was Konami who wanted the changes. Team Silent was making a Silent Hill 5, and it got canned in favor of what ended up being done. While the possibility of seeing a Silent Hill 5 is inevitable, considering that the revival of the Silent Hill franchise is present, it leads to the question of not if we will see a Silent Hill 5, rather when we will see the eventual release of a true Silent Hill 5. And if Konami will be able to deliver such an ambitious title with whomever is behind development, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, that is me. Thank you for watching. Please have a great day. Stay safe, and goodbye."